Perfect.
Blame it on Monster.
Hey y'all, happy Sunday and welcome back to the newest edition of the Queens of Boxing Talk Plus One. Hi Janae, how are you? Friend, how are you doing? Have you recovered?
I'm recovering. Last night was a lot.
Well,
And now, you know what? How y'all doing before I say that? How y'all doing?
great, doing fine, doing great.
I'm
Fort Worth.
fantastic.
I know you fantastic. I talked to you earlier already. Know how you're doing. Fort Worth is far.
Wait, what?
Fort Worth is far.
Yes,
Baby,
yes.
that's the other side of the country.
Fort Worth is far, and people have a misconception that it's like near Dallas because they always blend it together and say the DFW, Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. Yeah, it's a cool hour and some change from the city. Okay, yeah, cool hour and some change. But I loved that we went. Y'all come on in the room because we have so much to discuss. It was a wonderful night full of interesting things. And we were going to discuss it all. It's so much you get when you're actually in the building that you don't see at home watching live. And so, yeah, eyes and ears were working yesterday. Okay, y'all come on in, come on in the room. We are so happy that you joined us. Harvey Johnson, I see you in here first and foremost. Thank you very kindly. Behind the lens, and yeah, I got a new camera. Y'all know I'm in my mom's house, right? I mean, a new camera and whatnot. Okay. Behind the lens TV, how you doing, Nakia? Make them freeze. Corbin, what's going on? Hey, Georgia Peach Denise. Mr. Make 'em Sick, how are you? What's going down, DeVar's Hall? Good to see you. Tay Tay, the real queen of MMA. How you doing, girl? Hey, mommy, I see you in here. Yeah, they right in the other room. They be typing like they not, like I hear them laughing because they hear me reading. Rick Timms, boy, get your ass on. You came in here, you couldn't wait. You flojoed your ass in these comments because I didn't give you the time of day in the other comments. You just makes me sick, Richard. You gonna be Richard today. Richard Simmons? Okay, I ain't gonna do you like that. Keisha Sellers, hey girl, hey. 619 Kelly Factor is in the house. Robert Singleton is here. Eric O, I see you. Shogun 76 is in the house. Hey, Shaquilla Fields. Hi, girl. Who else? Fix, I see you in here. Sean Terrence. We're going to talk about a lot today. Teach, I see you. Mo 2013 is here. Phenomenal Mexican, how you doing? And Lyric
Kick him out.
881.
Don't speak to him. Kick him out. Matter of fact, I'm fixing to kick him out. Hold
Oh,
on.
really? We haven't even
Yeah.
got started.
Yeah. Hold on.
Ooh.
Because
Not the real Slim Shady.
I'm so no, you know what's crazy? I feel like Phenomenal Mexican be like hanging out with my sister and they be plotting on me about the style. He might be my sister. He might be my sister because it's this color now. because it was lighter than this. And my sister was like, "You look like Stan." I immediately came home and changed it. And my shit got, listen, I got good hair. Don't ever get it twisted. I'm just saying, I got it laid down because it won't really do anything else besides curl. So now, Phenomenal Mexican, you get to sit there for 10 whole minutes by yourself and not respond to me while I talk shit about you because you are the worst person alive. I can't believe you came in here and called me that. So I will talk to you in 10 minutes.
Well, at least it was only 10 minutes. It wasn't.
Nah, I'm finna unblock you. That.
Okay. Okay. Well, y'all come on in the room. Come on in. We have lots to discuss. We had a fantastic card yesterday in Fort Worth, Texas at the Dickies Arena. First time going to the Dickies Arena, friend. How did you like it?
I loved it. It was beautiful. I
Really
would
nice
love to
venue.
go out there at during a fight in some hot girl weather. It was a little chilly last night, but that's a very hot girl outfit arena.
I like the stadium a lot, y'all. It's not a huge stadium, but it's a really nice size stadium for boxing, for good boxing. The seats, every seat in the house to me is a good seat because the seats that are on the lower level and the floor, of course, they're going to be floor seats. But the lower level seats are still really good because it's not like a humongous stadium. And then they have like nice large size screens going all the way around as well. So I love the venue. I cannot tell a lie. I couldn't wait to get out there and see how I was going to feel about it. It's not a humongous stadium, but it's a really good, nice size stadium for a good boxing match. I thought it was the perfect size for what was going on last night.
And there's no bad views in there. No matter
It's
where
not
you sit, you
not a
gonna
bad
be able
seats
to
in the house.
see.
Yep, yep, no bad seats in the house. So my friend and I, we get there probably around 7:30, and we get there, and the gentleman that I was telling you guys about from Houston Rockets, Joshua. What's Joshua's last name? Edwards. Joshua Edwards was coming to the ring. Okay. Big Josh Edwards was coming in there. I'm sorry, I don't even remember the gentleman he was fighting, and I don't have my notes from Friday. But I was really eager to see what he looked like because he's an American, he's a heavyweight, and he's young and up and coming. So get in there right off the bat. I see that he's super duper athletic already. I can tell you that he's a big dude and he's super duper athletic. Now, friend, I want you to talk to these people about what we saw, what we were screaming. Mind y'all, let me just throw this in here. When I tell y'all, Boxiana had me in there doubled over cackling because she cut up so bad in that stadium last night. And no, I don't have footage that I'm willing to post. But okay, friend, can you go ahead and tell the people what
First
we
off, I was not doing anything that I wouldn't do in the house. Okay. This big old man from Houston was, y'all, he was punching on that man so hard. Like, I wish y'all could have heard the sounds y'all heard on TV was not the sounds that we were hearing in the ring. Like, that shit was sounding like gunshots. Pow, pow, pow. And he young. He has some things that he needs to work on. For him to be as big as he is, he moves very, very, very well. But he's gonna have to stop keeping his hands at his waistline. It's going to get him hurt. It actually got him hit last night on the counter and it was crazy. But um I was screaming, throw in the towel. So if you happen to pick that up, that was me. And please forgive me. But like it had got to the point where he didn't want to fight. He wasn't throwing no punches. He was just getting punched on. Like it was bad. So they stopped the fight. I think it was a good stoppage. I don't think it was too early. If they would have continued to take those shots, that man definitely would have had some injuries.
Yeah, he cut his eyes. I want to say he cut both eyes. And so they eventually ended up stopping the fight. I noticed immediately, and the reason why I called Josh athletic is because he was in the ring switching for no apparent reason. You know how you have a skill and you just want to show all the skills. Kind of reminds me of early boots. You just switch it for no reason because you can. He was doing that, but what I noticed was when he was in his southpaw stance. Was it southpaw? Yeah, when he was in his southpaw stance, his defense was better. So I'm not sure if he is which one is his preference, but his defense is better when he's fighting southpaw. Um, we ended up speaking with his dad, and so hopefully we can get him on the show sometime in the near future. But he seems like a very nice young man. Very grateful and gracious to be there, and y'all know how I feel about a sweet baby. I love folks that got great attitudes, and you can see that about boxers. That's why I like being there because they fight early in the card, and once they're done, if they're not hurt, they're gonna do like you do in any other sport: take a shower, get dressed, and then they're gonna come out. Yeah, so you get to see them walk around, you get to see how they interact with people, you get to see their personalities and stuff. And so I'm just sitting watching and observing, and he seems to be a very well-mannered young man. But taking in all of what he's taking in, because it was a nice atmosphere last night. A lot of boxers in the house. We're gonna talk about that too. So congratulations to Josh. The second fight, who was the second fight of the evening? Was somebody? Do we remember them? I don't know. What I'm gonna talk about is this. Is what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about what we remember. So what I remember was Amari Jones. Okay, so Amari Jones last night was fighting. I don't know who he was fighting. I forgot. I don't have my notes. Forgive me. But Amari Jones was fighting last night. I was very eager to see. This was his first fight with Golden Boy. He and his double-sided tail were in the ring last night. And first
The
of all,
whole crew had them, you guys. They had ducktails, but they was dreads. But they had branched
and
off. And then one of the homeboys, he had like two strand twists on, like he had like four of them. I was like, what did y'all make a pact to do? Go ahead, my bad friend.
yeah, it was different. I'll say it's very different. But what I want to back up and say, because we're going to talk about this tonight, the outfit that Mr. Edwards had on, very nice. I loved his white, his red, white, and blue colors. Shout out to you, Tim. Yes, he is an Olympian. He just was in the Paris Olympics in 2024. And so it kind of looked like he was giving representation of the country. I enjoyed it. Very nice, very good, clean look, very well put together by the team. Amari Jones came in with a blue ensemble. I love with the tassels, bedazzled, very well put together. Loved the look, Amari. Loved it. And you know what? Amari, let me tell you something. I'm talking specifically to you. I don't know why y'all be trying to look disheveled on purpose, like not kept, like they like the unkept look. But you get your size tapered and whatnot, but the rest of this be looking like Grady from Sanford and Son. Be kept. Okay, you making too much money to be looking unkept and whatnot. Handsome young man, but like you trying to look unkept. Be kept. Groom up all the way up. All of y'all. Just side note. Anyway, so friend, Janae, I didn't ask you. Janae, were you up to watch? Because I know you was in and out of sleep, friend.
No, I did. I did see that one. I saw that one, and then I fell asleep because the next fight was awfully boring.
Okay.
But Amari looked really sharp for as long as the layoff as he had. He looked good. Um, I hate to say it, I'm kind of glad he parted ways with the Haney's. Because he just looks really good in a way that I don't think that we've seen him fight before. He took like one or two rounds to warm up, and then when he had it, he just attacked and like pounced on his opponent, which This is really no shade. That's not necessarily something that gets taught in that camp,
Hmm.
right? Like Devin is not like he ain't TTG. Whereas Amari like saw that he hurt his opponent and was jumped right all over his ass. So I thought he looked really good. I hated the hair, but I did love also his outfit. Um, and I hope he fights again. He's at 160, so I mean, I will say it's not a lot of wiggle room at 160. So hopefully he can kind of get to a belt fast, especially because he's so young, and then maybe he could step into 68 soon.
It's interesting that you said that because he's at 154, correct? There's another. He's at
He's at,
one.
he's at 160.
He's at 160.
Mm-hmm.
Really? That's interesting because to me he looks smaller than Virgil and Lubin, body wise.
He's tall, but he's very slender.
Yeah. So I okay. Okay. That's interesting because what I was gonna say was those two. It's two Jones boys that's gonna collage in a couple of years. Two Amaris, an O and an A Jones, and baby, that's gonna be a good old scrap when they meet. Okay, that's gonna be a good old scrap when they meet. Um, but okay, friend. So, Boxiana, how did you feel about our brethren Omari's performance
He
last
looked
night?
great. The dude that he was fighting, y'all, we hate to use this word, but he was having to chase him. But once he was done chasing him, like he made it worth it. Like I'm glad none of the fights really ended early. That's one thing. Everybody got their money's worth last night. Like regardless, you was there the whole time. Like you got your money's worth. Everybody young. You know what I'm saying? Like it seemed like a young card. So I want to see what's next for everybody. He did amazing last night. He looked amazing. He's very well spoken. I like that for him. But like my friend said, y'all y'all clothes be nice, but y'all do something with that. It's big. I don't know, but it's big. Do something with it. But y'all are all handsome young men. Y'all well spoken. Y'all have nice people around y'all. Continue to be like that. But it's big. Do something with it.
I agree. I agree. And he was another one that we were able to observe after his fight. He was in the crowd. He was conversing with his fans. What's wrong, friend? Oh, he was
I'm
conversing with.
sneezing. The
Oh,
cold weather is bringing my sinuses to crazy land, so that's why I keep ducking off.
okay. So he conversed with his fans really well. Um, I like to see how boxers interact with the people, with nobody, when they don't know who's watching. And so I love that he conversed with his fans. He took pictures. He did all the things. And he's young in his career, and so I hope he continues to do those things. But I agree with you. He has a very strong killer instinct. He wanted to get his guy out, and once he heard him, that was all she wrote. The gentleman he was fighting, what was his name? I think he was. What was his name? Something eight.
Shady AIDS.
Shady eight. Shady eight. He had Roy Jones Jr. in his corner, and it did not help him at all. Has Roy had anybody that? Okay, all right. And I love Roy Jones, but anyway.
And during that fight, y'all never guess who walked in? The boxing punks.
Well, we spotted them because they were there. I had spotted them, but friend, I said, friend, look at who that is,
And I
and
was I was
that's
finna
what she said
I
loud.
told my friend, I said, I'm finna shout out boxing punks. She was like, friend, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Punks. How dare y'all show y'all face? What in the hell y'all supposed to fight? City boys and girls? Y'all came there for moral support. Your wrist wasn't even wrapped up. Your hands was free.
Them bites was still itching.
You need your ass whooped with a belt. lay out on the couch, bust down just to your drawers.
I
What they
could
say, friend, your heart belonged to God, but that ass belonged to me.
And that's on that. And that's on that.
y'all.
Lay your ass down.
What in the world? But I'm glad I don't know if he listened to me or if somebody else told him. He wasn't walking around in no bonnet, thank God. He
You
had a little
shouldn't even
thing
had
on.
your you should have had your ass in the ring.
Well,
What you show up for? You
please.
show up to sign autographs and stuff? Is that what you show up to do when you could have been in the ring fighting? Who y'all gonna be calling out next week with the mosquito bites on y'all wrists? I'm telling you, friend, I better not see nothing because I ain't been on Twitter like that. I still can't get into Twitter. But I better not see no y'all calling nobody out on Instagram next week like y'all did Shakur when y'all turned Shakur down. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go create, huh?
Oh, you too late, friend. They already calling for Tank.
I'm fixing to go create another account as soon as I'm done with this. Matter of fact, I might do it while I'm on here right now. And I'm fixing to go harass these boxing punks until they block me from that page. And when I'm done, they block me from that page, I'm gonna go create another one. And I'm gonna have unlimited pages. And I'm just gonna show up in the comments, boxing punks. Every day. I'm just gonna leave millions of boxing punk comments. Y'all calling for Tank
Friend, please don't.
with the mosquito bites on your wrist? You couldn't fight Tank because you couldn't fight Shakur because you had a seizure and you had them cords hooked up around your face like you was on life support. And your whole time you just had a boo-boo. Punks, boxing punks. I'm telling you, friend, there was no reason for them to show up last night.
They
Tank,
wanted to be a part of the night.
your ass should have been in the ring. You would have been part of the night if your ass was in the ring where you were supposed to be.
Well, they were there, okay? It was a lot of people there, and we'll get into that when we finish this little. So, congratulations to Omari Jones. I was gonna say, Janae, I agree with you. I love his killer instinct. Thank you, mommy. I love his killer instinct. We back. I love his killer instinct, and I'm like you, friend. You know, he was still knocking stuff out though when he was with GHP. No, DHP. Lord have mercy, get it right, Lanika. When he was still with DHP, he was knocking stuff out. But you know, I'm not mad at him for getting on his Golden Boy card, getting more exposure, and just having a good you know, good welcome to the spotlight even more. So congratulations to him. And then we're gonna briefly talk about Darius Fulgham. You know, I was really trying to be supportive of him, and you know, I don't think he's that guy though. Ladies, do y'all have anything for that fight? Because I think most of us were kind of asleep. We took a
Don't ever put him as a co-main on nothing else. You hear me? That is a prelim, what first co-main fighter. A co-main, a co-main is crazy, insane. I looked at my friend. I said, my friend, I said, I see why I like watching these fights for the house because these is the fights that I sleep through. And you know what, friend? Now that I'm sitting here not thinking about it, we missed the fight. What was the fight where they was knocking the sweat off each other?
Oh, the two big heavyweights. That was the first fight we saw. The two big undefeated heavyweights, the ones with braids and the other dark skinned guy. I forgot their names. That was a good fight. That's what we came in on. To 10-round fight. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good slugfest. You missed
Y'all
it, Janae?
y'all thought it was a good fight?
Well, looking at it being in the building, it was a good back and forth. Let me just say that because they was just going for it. And you could just see the sweat getting knocked
If
off.
it's the one I remember was Miller and yeah, the other guy. That
So
fight
how did it look?
on TV, it was terrible.
Really?
I listen. All I kept thinking that whole fight, because I was eating my pho when I was watching that fight. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. I was drinking my Thai tea. I thought I was in for something good. I had my little phone set up, like this. I had the headphones in. I was tearing the pho up. And then I said, what the am I watching? What am I watching? Get them out of here, in my Nik voice.
Yeah. This is again why going to fights puts a whole different spin on the viewing, how you view it. Because being there in person and then watching on TV is completely different. And where you sit, because we had really good seats last night, y'all. We had some really good seats. But it was a good. It played well in person. I'll say that. But shout out to those two gentlemen. Lord, y'all forgive me. I don't have no notes today. And why I forget to put the G in Vergil on the I'm looking at the title. Y'all forgive me. Oh Lord, there's a lot going on. Anyway, so let's get to the nitty and the gritty, because I know why y'all came, and I see y'all coming through here. How y'all doing? Greg then came through. Behind the Lens TV is in here. Bella Faith, how you doing? Cousin Robert Singleton. Jason Pennywell is here. GSF Blackout Scarcities. Hey, Jail Queen, how you doing? I see y'all coming in here. Light Skin Business. Y'all come on in. Come on in. 88 Sports Talk. Dr. Eugene. I don't know you, but hi. Rex, I don't know you either. Hello, Safar and Miller. Thank you so much, Rex. I appreciate it. So look, it's a cruiserweight bout. Thank you. Get us correct. Okay? So we came to talk about Vergil and Erickson Lubin. That's what we came for. Darius Fulgham and I forgot the guy he was fighting. They fought to a very boring draw. I don't know why. I think Beck the Bully took a little something out of Darius. I think his confidence has been affected by that loss. They probably should have given him a lesser skilled fighter to lay flat and get some confidence, because what he did yesterday, he's still gonna have the same problem. But not the skincare. I see you, Greg. So yeah. Vergil Ortiz, Erickson Lubin. Also wanted to say I enjoyed let's talk about the outfits. Okay, let's talk about the outfits, because Darius Fulgham, his little ensemble was cool. He always had a Karate Kid bandana or whatever. But let's talk about Erickson Lubin and Vergil Ortiz. And yet again, we have to have this discussion about when black fighters come out, when they're fighting a Mexican American or a Mexican fighter, and they think the right thing to do is to wear Mexican colors. Now, before he came out, Erickson Lubin, I saw his ensemble without the sombrero. I saw that he looked like he had a matador costume on. Now, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I thought that was kind of nice. I told Fran, I said, I see what he's doing. He gonna be the matador. Vergil is the bull, the come forward fighter. He gonna be the matador. I get it. But then he came out in the sombrero, and so it's over the top. But did y'all peep the music that he came out to? Did y'all peep that he came out to MC Hammer? Can't touch this. So I'm thinking he gonna be on here. He gonna really be sticking and moving. He gonna be on his, he gonna be on his sticking and moving. And he got stuck, and it was up, and that was all she wrote. Friend, how y'all feel? How did y'all feel about that whole ordeal? And Vergil's gonna always have on a nice long kneeling robe type situation that I love. and he gonna always put a stamp on it. It was black, and I think it had like some teal shimmery. But he is a true Mexican, and so his shoes was white. Gotta love it. Go ahead. How y'all feel about this fight? How y'all feel about the wardrobe? How y'all feel about the entrances? I want to know.
You know, let's start from the top. But I'm gonna tell y'all from the TV version how it was looking. Erickson was all greased up. I thought that he had on a tremendous outfit. I said, oh, okay, he looked like he's in for to make it a fun night. His outfit was very nice. His outfit was nice. Vergil's going to put on his Oscar de la Hoya robe and come on out there. It's a shame Erickson wasted that goddamn outfit for that performance last night. Because that was about all he had going for him. He got in the ring, and I don't understand. He's just a guy. All the playing he's done before, when it's time to translate to the championship level, it doesn't carry over because he plays too much, and you can tell in his habits. First round, but this is something else I learned yesterday. Well, I mean, I've always known this, but a lot of fans, y'all are on drugs, and I'm gonna explain why. You guys don't watch the fights. You all let Twitter get in your minds, and then you can't even watch the fight to see what's going on. And I'm gonna give y'all an example. Like everyone says, oh, Vergil's this come forward fighter. Yes, he is. But Vergil, if y'all not paying attention, he's one that's gonna sneak by on a lot of y'all, and y'all not gonna understand how he keeps beating top guys because he high key got a lot of skill. He would be like Bam if Bam was a bigger fighter. But y'all let Twitter get in your minds, and so y'all not paying attention to the fight. But he punched Erickson in that first round, and I said, oh, we ain't gonna be here long. Erickson got on that bike. He was on them ropes, like Martin when he was fighting Tommy Hearns, and I said, oh yeah, you cooked, baby. Them legs was wobbly. He was looking like a deer in headlights, and there's something else I want you to go back and look at. Vergil pulled his hand away and threw that over the top right and cracked his ass. And the night was over. Now, we all saw who was there. And I'm just going to say this. He got out of there in the first round. Vergil got out of there in the second round. But this is a much better second round stoppage than the other person is going to get credit for. Okay, I'm done with my part. Because if I say any more, Sean Terrence might start showing his titties on here tonight. So I'm going to be quiet. I ain't going to stir it up. But if y'all want me to, I can. Because I didn't have some Prosecco.
Not Prosecco. Ty French 600, thank you so much. He says salute to the queens, absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much, Ty French. We appreciate you coming through. And Specs came through with the $4. He says he got baptized by the right hands last night. Shaking my head. Amen. Yeah,
Listen, cousin, there was no speculation. There was no speculation. In house, there was no throw, baby. If it looked like that on TV, when I tell you in house there was no throw,
we heard them. We heard them.
dog. Lubin was in there like they needed an ambulance. They needed an ambulance. He literally was on them ropes dead for about 72 seconds. And then he was like, oh, okay. And then they had to get the red stool. And he sat on the stool for another 2 or 3 minutes. The ambulance was coming with the wheelchair. I was like, oh, they had to get the chair for his ass. My friend was finna kick me out because I was just manically screaming stuff.
Y'all, it was It was
manically
not a
screaming
doctor.
things. I mean, literally, I've seen some folks get froze up before, but not to where like his neck had tucked up into his shoulders like this, and his hands was up, y'all. Like that, honestly, was scary.
It
He
was
needed
scary.
ambulance.
It
Yeah,
was scary. It
he
was
needed
scary.
ambulance. He don't need to move up. He need to be done. Sebastian Fundora cooked him up, and then Virgil Ortiz locked him up on national television. We don't need to see that no more. He go up and fight some Joey Spencer or something like that. Hey, I might be all right with that. He don't need no competitive fights.
Not no time soon.
No.
He
And
somebody said you need to give him the number to the to the retirement line because
And just to tell y'all from the TV perspective, right at home, when the ref grabbed him, you could just see his arm kind of like sling over him like this. Like
trying
his
to stay
lights,
up.
his lights was turned out. I don't even think he was trying to, I don't think he could hold himself up. Like
He
his
couldn't.
lights was off. Virgil hit him with that over the top right. And let me tell you, had Virgil hit him with that left hook, he probably would have left there in the ambulance.
No, for real. No, seriously. He when he got first of all, I'm gonna say this because you said something when you were talking, Janae, and I wrote it down. You said Virgil reminds you of a bigger Bam. It's three Mexican American fighters that I wrote down, and they kind of fight the same way. It's like an evolved Mexican style fight. They're skilled as hell, but they're still coming forward in traditional Mexican style, but they've tweaked their thing. And that's Bam, that's Virgil. I saw it from Virgil last night because Virgil didn't always fight that way, but he's been adding layers and he's been getting better and he's continuing to win. And I love to see that. Each fight, you're supposed to get better and better. And I'm supposed to see something you learn, something new that you're doing that you didn't maybe do before. That's Virgil. And then there's the big dog, David Benavidez. They all fight similarly. It's like an evolved Mexican style fight. If you kind of get where I'm going with that. All three of them do. Like you said, he pulled down his guard. That's textbook David Benavidez. He's gonna pull your guard down and he's gonna whack your ass because his hands are fast enough to do it. That's the thing that I noticed about Virgil that I wouldn't have said before. That he's got like fast hands. He ain't slow, but I never would have said, "Oh, Virgil got fast hands, faster than Lubin." I probably would not have said that, but that was true last night. He got hit with the same punch 4 times in a row, and didn't move. We're in round 2. Your legs aren't gone yet. They shouldn't be gone yet. In round 2, you hadn't been hurt bad. So what was going on? Why were you going to the ropes in round 2, Erickson Lubin? Like, because I thought Virgil was going to win, but I thought it was going to be I thought Lubin was going to come and do better than what he did. I really did. I was shocked that he did. He didn't move. It was like,
He couldn't
what are you
move me.
coming here to do?
He felt that punch and said, I don't want none of this. Virgil is Debo. You want some of this, old man? No. That's what happened. Just watching it and let me tell y'all, like after that Fulcrum fight, I was so blown. I was literally on the cusp of like falling into a deep sleep. And then I heard all the music and then I was like up for the fight. And when I tell you, in that first round, I can't remember what Virgil hit him with. I said, "Oh, he doesn't want none of this, none of it."
Virgil was
None of it.
visibly stronger. His punches had more snap. Lubin was in there pity patting like, dude, you ain't here with somebody that's trying to seek and destroy. You better put some on him and back his ass up.
Virgil was kind of moving around a little bit. He wasn't standing in one spot last night. I was very much surprised to see that because he don't be moving around like that.
That's what I'm saying there. He's evolving. He caught him on the angle. Did you see when he laid him out? He quickly, the feet switched and he went for, and he was finna lay him down. I said, look at Virgil. Tell me about some feet. Come on now. I now that I was not expecting.
He hit him and he missed him and he turned so fast and hit him again. I was like, that's where I'm saying, like, people listen too much to Twitter and then they don't watch, so they
They don't
can't watch
watch.
the actual fight because they're so stuck on, oh, Twitter say he's a come forward fighter. And I'm telling you, you will miss those things because you're not watching. You're just thinking in
For
your head what
yourself.
you know.
Yeah.
Or even like, they love to talk about Vergil's face. Vergil fights in a hot, maybe we need to do a show on like boxing lingo and technique and what they mean, because people love to say, oh, Vergil's face is always tore up. First off, Vergil fights in a high guard. He's not, his face isn't tore up because he got punched. His face is tore up because his hands are hitting his face, blocking
Blocking
punches.
punches. Yes.
Why y'all don't know that? Y'all know every damn thing. Yeah, that's crazy that us, how do we know that and y'all don't know that? Y'all the experts, the gurus, y'all the ones that be saying us don't know nothing about boxing.
That's what they try to tell the people. That's what they try to say. That's what they try to tell the people. I'm just saying. The man is improving with each and every fight, and he's fighting folks at 154.
And skilled people. Because
Yes.
Bolachuk, Madrimov, I mean, Erickson, if he would have showed up on his better day, they're not just guys that you walk through. Like, nobody is walking
None
through them.
of None of them. I
And
just
you know
want
what
to
else, too?
what
I was glad to see him. I was glad to see him fight and his power last night because, you know, his hand was messed up.
right.
So, that hand is good. It's ready to
He
whoop
said,
ass.
he said after the fight, this is the first fight that he's felt like himself since he had the procedure and stuff like that. So he felt like he was back 100%. I want to read this comment just because I want Boxiana's response. Rick Tim says, who was more shocking, Kid Austin's shot stopping Tevin Farmer in the first round or Vergil stopping Lubin in the second?
Okay, this is the difference between the two. One of those persons fought somebody with a disability, and the person that he was fighting was in the middle of a tick because he has Tourette's. Lubin just got knocked out. Tevin Farmer was having a defect with his disability and that he couldn't control, and Kid Austin took advantage of that. So I'm gonna go with Vergil for 500 because he'll never get any credit beating Tevin Farmer. Not after seeing how I saw in the angle that I saw that man was having a tick. Then I couldn't figure out, and now it makes me think about the money that I won for the Jojo Diaz fight. He was having ticks the whole entire fight. Remember, friend, I kept asking you why he kept blinking and shit like that at the fucking clock and looking at the clock. He was ticking the entire fucking fight. You cannot box like that. You ain't getting no credit for whooping nobody with no disability. Not on my watch. I'm sorry. Love Tevin to death. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Tevin told everybody he got Tourette's. And if you go back and watch his fights, you can tell when he ticking. Like it's not funny. You shouldn't be fighting nobody if you're doing that. People can take advantage of that. You don't have no control over your emotions for a temporary time. You don't have no control over shit for a temporary time. And y'all want me to praise Kid Austin because he stopped hitting them in the first round? Absolutely not. Not the boxing punks ain't getting no credit for me till they quit pulling out of these damn fights.
Okay, dokie. Well, that's her answer, Rick. Yeah, Virgil. He gets more credit. Okay, that's the answer. Okay, all right. Okay, so shout out to Virgil. All right, shout out to Texas for coming through, showing out. Now, I will say this. There were a lot more than I typically see top tier boxers in attendance last night. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, but on Friday, I went off on a little tangent about boxers needing to show up to other events when they're not boxing just to help boost their sport, especially right now with boxing being in the kind of transition that it's in. And lo and behold, I ain't gonna say they was listening, but they was in the house, okay? Because at 154 pounds, we saw Mel Charlo walk by. We saw Errol Spence Jr. walk by. We saw Kenneth Sims walk by 140. We saw Teofimo Lopez over there dancing like he was on Soul Train. We had Richardson Hitchens there, well groomed. What other boxers were in the house, friend? Who else did I miss? Frank Martin was in the house. Who else was there, friend?
Alicia Baumgartner was on the mic.
Alicia Baumgartner was there.
It was packed out. It was football players there. It was packed out.
Barbosa, I didn't even know he was in the house. Okay, what's up, Bang? How you doing? Listen, it was a lot. Boots pulled up. Okay, 154 representation was there and it was felt. Okay, and let's just get into it because I know why everybody really is here. So, Rick, you gonna get some time just for that, cause you don't be in nobody else chat talking this shit. Hold on, give you a good 5 minutos. So 154 was hot. We had Spence Jr. there. We had Mel Charlo there. We had Boots Ennis in the house. Everybody was talking about it because Boots let it be known that, hey, I'm pull up. I'm big ringside. And Oscar was talking that noise, talking about, oh, they don't need to come. Because if they come and see what Vergil about to do to Lubin, they ain't going to want none. And I said, look at Oscar talking that shit. Okay, cool. But, yeah, Vergil did just what Oscar said he was going to do. And guess what happened? I want all of y'all, because we love to say, oh, caping for your favorite fighter, why he don't show up ringside. You know, you love to say, oh, if somebody show up, oh, he a fan, he just a fan. You know, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Boo said, you know what? The TSA, you know, the airports have been so crazy. My flight got canceled. And everybody went nuts. He ain't going. He plumped out. What y'all think about him not going? He ain't gonna be there. He said he was gonna be there. So that was a big story. Only to find out, Boots pulled the fuck up. Okay, pulled the hoodie and all. I said, okay, Boots, ringside, I see you. And not only did he pull up, he pulled up. Don't tell me about nobody can't get in the ring because they ain't on the same promotional team and they won't let them in the ring. I don't want to hear none of that never no more again ever in life. Because there's Golden Boy and then there's Metro. And guess what? Neither one of them fight with each other. Okay? So not only did Boost pull up, but after Vergil gave his interview, okay, he didn't just let Boost pull up. He said, bring that ass here. Come hither, you. Let's hash this out. Because there's a lot of he say, she say going on up in this piece. Okay. Now, I want to know from you, and I want to know from Boxiana, because I came home while we were in the arena, we couldn't hear what was going on, what they were saying to each other. But I've since listened to the audio. What did you think of the back and forth with them, Janae?
Well, you know, for a second, I have to put my old dusty PR hat and say a few things. Number one, Boots needs to take the sunglasses and the hoodie off. People want to see your face. Again, these guys, they're not using their full potential. But with that being said, um, Vergil is not scared. That man said, you, bring your ass over here. And I will say this too, right? I'm glad Eddie and Oscar took the pissing contest out of it and let the guys have their moment, because this is who it's about. And that is why boxing is so diluted right now, because the promoters are in this piss match and they're all working with the same utilities, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
They let the guys have their moment. So I was in here squealing like a little schoolgirl. Booth got to work on his shit talking. He got to work on it. Booth, we don't want to hear no bitch your purse. We don't want to hear no shit like that. Tell this nigga you gonna knock him out. Tell him you gonna beat his ass. We don't want to hear no put some money on it. The money is gonna be there. The money is going to be there. If everyone on both sides does their part, the money is going to make itself. And that is what frustrates me so much with this sport. The money makes itself. All you got to do is get two good guys, get the shit talking going, get the promotion going, get the marketing going, and the fight is going to sell itself. Booth got to work on his shit talking. Vergil was not afraid. He took his motherfucking hat off and said, "What you want to do?" And they had a stare down. Like, that's the type of shit boxing is missing. And I liked it. I like the testosterone. I like the energy. Y'all probably ain't seen me this hype in a minute. I love every minute of it. And I was glad Vergil told him, don't make no promises you can't keep. Just that slick shit talking. You know, the clear value in the moment.
Simple. He didn't get outside of himself, because that's the thing. Like, friend, you saying like Boots needs to do more shit talking or to sharpen up on his shit talk. That ain't him. You could tell everybody is not a public speaker. He might talk the best shit with his homeboys, but on a big platform.
But let me say this, right? That's a part of doing your part.
It is. He did his BDSS.
And you can, it's very clear, because like I said, he got the shades, he got the hoodie, you can tell he does not like to talk. But a part of selling this, if y'all want to make crazy money off of this fight, he's got to do his part. And I'm sorry, every time he's up there with somebody, it's, well, we could put some money on it. Boots, nobody's making, no, we're not doing that, brother. And
like, don't care about y'all's money like that.
No, like no, that's not what we want to hear. We want to hear, I'm gonna destroy you, I'm gonna step on you, I'm gonna crush you. That's not even like crazy shit talking or like being witty or saying something that's just like, no, that's just like saying, Vergil, I know you think you want some of this,
but you don't.
But you don't. Like, even that, I'll take that. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. It's about to go down. Let me use
my avatar on, because baby, I know this finna get crucial when she get up on this microphone. We need to know your feelings about the showdown between Boots and Vergil. What was the atmosphere? Let me read this super chat, because somebody did ask this question. Thank you so much, Boxing Talk. He says, hey, Queens, how was the energy in the arena? What was the vibe? Were the people looking forward to Innocent Ortiz or Charlo and Spence? I could tell you one thing. Ortiz's father didn't seem excited. Who you got? I'm glad you asked all those questions, because I want to touch on all of it. Okay, I want to touch on what you guys perceived Ortiz's father's temperature. I want to talk about what you perceive Oscar's temperature. And then I want to talk about what we think the boxers' temperatures are. So, Boxiana, what was the vibe in the arena? How was the energy?
Very litty.
Looking forward to it. How did they respond?
Listen, we were all in there screaming the ignorance of shit. Like, right, like standing on the rails, screaming the ignorantest of shits. It was electric in there, especially when Boots got in the ring. Like, honestly, the voices was blended, baby, and oh man, it was epic. Like, you had to be there to feel the energy to understand what was really going on in there. Like, it was really serious business, and like, we couldn't hear what they were saying, so we were only going off mannerisms at that time. So like, you got to be from Texas to understand. Like, when a lot of us are not really rowdy people.
No,
Like, some of us are, but those are like, I code switch when it come to that. I know when to clean it up and I know how to cut up. But um Virgil, he got resting bitch face like me. You never know what type of time he really be on, because his facial expressions never really change unless something going on. But something Boots said to him yesterday made him tight his lip up a little bit. And I was like, okay, this right here is going to be what it's supposed to be. Now, what I will say is this: boxing people, because I know y'all tend to watch this stuff, do not hold this fight up. Boots got 572 fights. We don't need to make it a 73rd. Go ahead and let's make the fight. Let's get it over with. Like, there's no need for us to wait. Boots got 572 fights. We don't need to make it a 73rd. Let's go ahead. Really. And don't put it in Vegas. People can't afford Vegas right now. Vegas is extremely expensive and people can't afford it. Put that fight where people can afford it. It was affordable in Texas.
friend,
It'll
I
be
had a
what, friend?
suggestion.
Go
I
ahead. Go
had a
ahead.
suggestion because listen. Y'all know my mind is always working. And Eric you know I love him. I only say he needs to take the shades and the hoodie off because he's on television. People need to see his face. It's not because I want to pick at him. People just need to see his
It's
face.
marketing. We're marketer. We marketing over here for the young bucks.
That's it. It's
Yeah.
just so that people can see his face. Now, if all parties had any good sense, this fight would not be in Las Vegas. Number one, Vegas is dead. Number two, okay, the government is shut down right now. So we don't need to even think about that. This is probably going to be a late spring, early summer fight. It really needs to be in Atlanta.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because Texas, y'all come right on down 20, or you get right to Atlanta, 2 hours. People from Philly, they not coming far either. Meet halfway. If you don't want
So
to,
Atlanta would be neutral?
in my opinion, I think both sides would come out. I
I'm
think
not mad.
Texas is always going to roll deep for their people.
This is true.
But the Philly guys, I don't feel like will have a hard time getting to Atlanta either. Atlanta, DC, VA, the North Carolina guys, they all would. Atlanta's 6 hours max, 7 hours.
And Bella, I said put it in Texas. I'm thinking about affordability, like
Yeah.
not no neutral type shit. I wasn't trying to like pick favors or nothing. I'm thinking about shit people can afford, people
Yeah.
can go to and or drive to. Because apparently we can't fly right now.
Well, the fight ain't finna happen right now. We'll talk about that later. But
Right.
when it does happen, I didn't think about Atlanta. I think Atlanta would be a
Yeah,
really
I'm not
neutral
mad at
location.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Atlanta would be a very good neutral location. I didn't even think about that. Janae, that's a good one. That's a real good one.
I just
Yeah.
try and think.
That's
I
a,
could understand from both sides why they wouldn't want to give up location, right? Because
yeah.
obviously Dallas is Virgil's backyard. Boots is going. He would be up against a lot coming to Dallas. Same as if Virgil went to Philly, right?
Correct.
Atlantic City. You just have to think about it. The only other place I could think was maybe New York, but again, like if we're going to caution on the side
That's
of
expensive.
affordability,
New York is expensive. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if we're gonna caution on the side of let's make it neutral, let's make it a place that both fan bases can get to. It makes no sense to have it anywhere but in Atlanta. And Atlanta hasn't had a good fight in quite some time. You got the State
Correct.
Farm, you got the Bass, you have the Mercedes Benz.
And
Figure
they
it
just
out.
got screwed out of something that they thought they was gonna have in their city. So they are yearning for a good boxing match. They really are yearning for a good boxing match in Atlanta.
It's
You
a
Because
cannot.
lot of
wasn't Tank
nightlife.
and Jake Paul supposed to be there
Yeah,
initially?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They missed out on an event, so that would be great for them.
The nightlife is great. You know, there's plenty to do, and there's plenty of blackness in Atlanta. So I feel like Texas would come deep, Philly would come deep, New York, they love going to Atlanta. DC guys don't mind coming down to Atlanta. I
Yeah,
feel like if no party wants to concede on location, meet in the middle.
I like that. Y'all, I know y'all watching. You heard what my girl said, didn't you? Make it happen.
I do what I can do sometimes. I can't give it
Make
all
it
away. And
happen.
let
They
me
be
tell
watching.
you,
They
if y'all watching Oscar and Janie, y'all need to call me because Vergil is a star. And y'all need to get that boy some PR and get him out into the limelight.
Yes, yes.
Because
No,
he's a
you know
star.
what? I'm gonna read that. What you just said, Specs. That's a good one too. But Taylor Smith, thank you for the $10. He said sometimes Bud be sounding awkward when he tries to talk shit too. Both Boots and Vergil need a Bill Haney, Bernie the Boxer type trash talk for them. And we all can see why those kind of personalities are needed. You know, because everybody is not a natural shit talker. Everybody ain't gonna give you what Brian Norman Jr. gonna give you. Okay, everybody not gonna do that, baby. Slide off him like some oil, cause that's just how he talk. That's just all up and through him. Everybody doesn't have the gift of gab like that. So I don't. And a lot of them really are introverted. Like they say all the time, boxing is a lonely sport because it's just you and your trainer, and they don't have that kind of personality. Most of them, we know they can whoop ass, but they don't necessarily talk shit. It was two totally different things. But like friend said, Boo said something to Vergil that had his lip a little tight. And when I listened back, he said, I don't gamble. I'm not betting you nothing. But what did he say? Don't write. Basically, don't write no check. Your ass can't cash. I said, okay. Listen, it's brewing. It is brewing, and I say brewing because I, along with most of the chat, I don't believe this fight is next. And the reason why I won't be mad if it's not next is because, hear me out, y'all. As fans, we want what we want when we want it, which is everything we want now. Because with this sport, injuries come up, anything can come up and prolong or just completely prohibit the fight from happening. But we have to be logical people. This is a business to these folks, okay? And as fans, we have not shown that we have the capability to be loyal fans, okay? Here lately, if a fighter loses, we are so quick to write them off, tell them they ain't shit, he ain't never gonna recover, get him a job. It makes it hard for these business people, these suited top people, to put their top dog in there with some more competition, especially when it's not for hardware. People will tell you all the time the belts don't matter, but they do, because a belt automatically raises your purse. Don't let these people lie to you like that, okay? So it logically just doesn't make sense for Boots and Vergil to fight next, not being for any type of belt, not being for any type of hardware. We got Sebastian Fundora out there with 2 belts. We have Xander Zayas, who's about to defend his title. And then there is Bakram Martinsoliav, who nobody seems to really talk about because they don't want the work, in my opinion.
Whitney, you forgot the guy that just won the WBA who's about to fight Xander.
Yeah,
or is he the interim?
They're fighting January 31st. No, not 31st. They're fighting sometime soon in Puerto Rico. Xander's having a homecoming fight in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's January. I can't.
A box. A box. Yes, thank y'all.
Yes.
Jeff Queen and Specs. Thank y'all so much. Yes, a bass. So he's tied up. We don't know when Fondora's coming back. But take notice, y'all, it's still some good fights out there to be made. Okay, we had Errol Spence Jr., Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo is still a champion in recess. He can say, hey, I'm back at any time and scoot everybody to the back of the line, push everybody to the side. He didn't just pop out for nothing. Errol Spence Jr. didn't just pop out for nothing looking like he ready to get in the ring. I've seen Errol when he ain't fought and he don't be looking like he in no kind of shape. He was in some shape. I'm just saying. Everybody keep talking about he retired because they ain't seen him. Y'all act like Sugar Ray Leonard wasn't out for 3 years and came back and whooped ass. I'm just saying, I ain't giving up on the boy just shit. Y'all better cool it. I'm just saying, he wasn't there for nothing. He don't pop out just for no any damn thing, is all I'm trying to tell y'all. So I could see why Vergil would say he wants to fight Errol Spence Jr. If y'all were in the house yesterday, you would have seen how he was mobbed. You would have seen how the fans still love him dearly. If Errol Spence Jr. and Vergil Ortiz fight next, that's going to be Vergil's highest fucking payday. Do you understand me? He's going to get paid more to fight Errol Spence Jr. than he would ever get paid to fight Boots Ennis if he was fighting him next. So we got to make some shit make sense. I know we want what we want when we want it, but they want to get paid. Just saying.
Nick, and this would raise Vergil's profile.
And I Spence don't have a problem if this is going to be a passing of the torch. I don't think he'd have a problem doing it either.
And you know why he won't have a problem? You know why we all three know he won't have a problem? Because he didn't have to fight Terrence.
He did not. He did not.
But he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind because he doesn't mind. Vergil is young.
He's a fighter.
That Vergil is also young. They know each other from yay high. So there's a certain level of maybe like respect there where that fight would most certainly and easily get done. And again, Errol's not from all the things, right? Errol's not weird like that. Right. They will have a big ass fight in Dallas Cowboy Stadium. Errol gonna probably get his last bag before he get on up out of here. One of his last bags, he will give Vergil. Could you imagine that? And then Vergil go on to fight Boots. The type of run that he would be on at that point, what he would bring to the table as far as like his name at that point, the recognition, the gate, the whole thing. So I know we want Boots next, but in reality, it would make sense for both of them to fight one more time because truth be told, right, Boots is coming off of fighting a no-name opponent, which does nothing for him.
Nothing.
And his last, he has fought in Philly like how many consecutive times?
3.
Every time the gate is getting lower and lower and lower. Like he too needs someone he needs a tough dance partner at this point.
He does. Now I contend this. If let's just say EJ and Errol, hypothetically, what's stopping Boots from fighting Mel? Because they did have a kerfuffle at the event last night.
And okay. All these things was happening in real time. And Mel told him, tried to little boy him and say, you fought on one of my undercards before. I was like, ooh.
It's all good storyline.
Mel had his fur on and he was over there talking big shit everywhere he stopped. You hear me? But he was so sweet to people's kids. FYI. He is a sweetheart to other people's children. My God.
He was very good with the people as well. But I'm just saying, if we gonna write them off Let them be written off in the ring. Boots can close the chapter, not close the chapter, but Boots. Both of y'all need, like you said, Janae. Both of them just came off of fights where they didn't have to really prove. Not I want to say prove much, but they didn't take no damage. Okay, a first round and a second round stoppage. Y'all's next two fights need to be against some big name people, and then you guys can meet. If Boots can beat Mel and Vergil can beat Arrow, okay, then now we're talking. Now we're cooking with fish grease.
And y'all can say what y'all want. You know who really blew the whole spot up on that Errol and Vergil fight was Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know the kind of money it's gonna make.
Y'all need to tap in because this ain't new. Y'all just don't listen, or y'all don't like what's coming out of people's mouths. But Oscar knows. Oscar is trying to set Vergil up to go on he's gonna be a legend when it's all done. That is in Oscar's mind. Also, how convenient is it? Once again, Mel Charlo, Boots has come to 54 now. He's the champion in recess. He let someone else win the belt when he could have put all of that to bed. Y'all know what time it is. These Texas guys, they ready to come out. They done told everybody stop running, stop hiding. Mel was on Chat-GPT, okay, making all his little
right. I just like, friend, are you seeing it? Do you see the play, Boxiana? Because
I'm watching it all, and I'm sitting here scrolling right now, and I see a tweet that Pound for Pound made saying Vergil Ortiz saying that he wants to fight Errol at the stadium.
Vergil did say that. Vergil been saying that though. Vergil has always said that it's his dream.
Did they show Errol's reaction last night?
I don't know if they showed his reaction to Vergil saying that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't. I was there. I don't know. But he has always said that. He hasn't been shy by saying that ever. He said that is his dream fight, to fight Errol Spence Jr. at Cowboy State. And if you're from Texas, you know why. You know that's exactly why. So
you know why.
Listen.
Oh, that'll be DeSoto versus Grandparent, baby. Lord have mercy.
Okay, whether he wins or because I ain't ready to just lay it down like that. Y'all know how I feel about an old line now. I ain't ready to just
DeSoto versus GP, baby. That's damn near a shootout. Shit, I feel.
This is what we know for sure. He gonna put up. He gonna have to beat it out of Earl. He gonna have to beat it out of EJ. If he gonna take it, he gonna have to beat it out of EJ. And if he does that, he is going to take the Texas mantle. Okay? And the Dallas one anyway. He gonna have to he will take the mantle and move forth after that. But it's gonna be a fight. That's what I do know. It's gonna be a rumble.
And after if and when he beat Errol, he gonna have to fight Mega Mill next.
That's what I'm saying. For a minute, we were saying how 154 is so stacked, and then it kind of fell off. It was like, Bud came, beat Madrimov, and left, and it was like, well, is it really? It was kind of like, baby. When Boots Ennis showed up, got in that ring, it lit the fire for 154 again. We were in the stadium screaming. I know you said you were at home screaming. Boxing needed that moment. As a whole, boxing needed that moment. And it wasn't even like a disrespectful moment, but it was just like yes, this is the one, because that's what I kept saying. This the one. This is the fight. This is the one that everybody wants to see. This one. This is the one. Had we not been starving so much, I think fans would be okay with them not fighting each other next. I think fans will still be okay if their next opponents are somebody's, though. So you can't fight just anybody at this point. Give me Errol Spence Jr. and Vergil Ortiz. Give me Mel Charlo and Boots Ennis, and we good. We can revisit them, yeah, after that. So I'm not upset with that. Thank you so much. Boxing Talk 1990 with the 1999. He says, love y'all, Queen. Shout out to GHB TV. But Ortiz better not fight Boots. He's getting dog walked bad. It will be Roman Villa 2.0 or Spence Crawford. De La Hoya and Ortiz Sr. know this. They're not. They're gonna no. They're gonna go the Spence Charlo Xander Zayas route. Okay, we'll see. He came back. He says with $9.99. Thank you so much. They're going the Charlo Spence route because Boots is too much for Ortiz. He's the Payton, and Boots will be the meaner Shakur. Be a meaner Shakur. Don't think so. Boots hurts Ortiz bad. Golden Boy keeps Ortiz far away from Ennis. Boots massacre. Well, okay, Boxing Talk. We know you a Boots fan. My God,
Speaking of
respect.
hurt bad, before you read that, speaking of hurt bad, did you
What?
see Jahan get his rock'em sock'em bock'em beat today? Well, he didn't get beat. He came back and won, but he got his brain and legs turned into noodle scramble. My God, today that boy in there, he said, "Ooh," I said, ooh, ooh. He looked like he was on my vibration pad, friend. He was like, ooh. I was like, oh my God, help him. Help him. Baby, them legs was in the corner. You know how they help somebody out the wheelchair and their legs just kind of took up? That's how his legs was over there in the corner. I don't know how he regained himself, baby,
Like
because
the Wicked Witch of the East
baby, no, it was worse than that, baby. Oh, yes, friend. Yes.
under the house.
Under the house, baby. No, while she was still in her chair, friend, before she got up under the house, while she was still in her chair.
But he
I
won
was
though. He won. He came back and won.
He came back and won, baby, but he almost didn't make it. That boy had that man trapped up in a corner. He said, I was like, oh, Lord, help him out. Lord Jesus, please don't take his legs from him, Lord. Please. The Lord said, till you do right by me, everything you think about gonna crumble. And them legs was in there. But he won, friend. But it was by the grace, baby. When I say the grace, he was in that bitch shot. Hallelujah. I know he was crying after he won, baby. He got back to that damn dressing room and was shedding tears of Jesus.
That was definitely a scare.
Friend, that scared than having an unplanned baby. You hear me? I'm just saying, it is scarier than that. You almost lost your life. There's no plan B for getting knocked out like that, friend. There's no plan B for getting scrambled like that. It's not. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna read the super chat. Oh, okay. Tevis, thank you. Thank you so much, Tevis. He says, my prediction is Vergil is going to end up pulling out of the fight or negotiations because he has to have an emergency hysterectomy. Oh my God, Tevis! Why would you say a thing like that? My goodness! What leads you to believe that? Now that was just, that was unnecessary. My goodness. You're just not going to talk about Vergil like that. I don't like that. Don't do him like that. My God. Anyway, what I was trying to say, what I was trying to say was that
He was in that bitch doing the Missy Elliott. Look him. Okay, I'm done.
I I was just gonna say that I don't think that either Boots nor Vergil is ducking smoke with each other. I think that the biggest issue we're going to face as boxing fans is the business of boxing getting in the way. I think both of them are ready to collide. I really do. What I saw in that ring yesterday, both of them are ready to collide with each other. I think Oscar is on bullshit, talking about, speaking as if Virgil is a clear A side over Boots. It's a Sunday, and we're gonna tell the truth. And because we were in the house, we can report that the stadium was not sold out. Okay, it was full, but it wasn't full to capacity. Seats were still available. That was Virgil's first homecoming fight, I believe, headlining. Boots has three of them things under his belt. Okay, and Boots is also a former unified world champion. So Oscar trying to act like he's little boying Boots Ennis is laughable to me. And I don't want fans to fall for the foolishness. Okay. But I also don't want fans to put that kind of energy on Virgil. Because Virgil wants to smoke. Oscar thinking about his money. Virgil wants to be the best. And that's all he keeps saying. If y'all listen to the boxers talk, they'll tell you exactly what they want. Okay? Whether it's Virgil Ortiz, whether it's David Benavidez, whether it's Bam Rodriguez, whether it's Brian Norman Jr., whether it's Devin Haney, whether it's Tank Davis. They gonna tell you what they want to do. We as fans need to listen. Both of those gentlemen said they want to fight each other and they want to fight Nick. Booth came in and said it's time because we've been on his neck all year long.
He
He knows
got 572 fights.
how
Of
many.
course, 572. Yes, of course it's time. It is time. We should want him to have some authority at this point. 572 fights, it should give you big enough balls to pull up on somebody. You've been doing this long enough. How many more do you need?
He doesn't need any more. He just
Okay.
needs a good one with somebody that we know and that we would be respectful of.
All righty then. So with that being said, if his next opponent is I'm not having none of that shit, friend.
And you shouldn't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
We're and as collectively as a group, his fans. If his next opponent is a name that my friend cannot pronounce, because y'all know I'm not good with names, and they normally end with Valhalla or some shit like that, we need to have a discussion. We're not blaming the business if the next opponent last name is some shit like that. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna have a discussion. He only gets to fight Mel Charlo, Errol Spence. Those are the names that he get to come with for his next fight. Now, I'm gonna blame people like Sean Terrence that be keeping up his bullshit. That's who I'm gonna blame.
Boxing Talk, thank you so much. He came back with $9.99. You are blessed in the chat. Thank you so much. He says, I actually like Ortiz, but Boxiana for beautiful eyes just said it all. She knows Boots got too much for Ortiz. It could get ugly. Ortiz is flat-footed, toe-to-toe, Boots punching in between nasty stoppage. All
I
right.
never called Stanionis a freaking bum. We know Stanionis isn't a bum, but we gonna be for real about Stanionis. Stanionis only had one fight after appendectomy. I'm not doing this with y'all. Everybody gets a hard time, okay? We're gonna stop excusing our shit for certain fighters that we would scrutinize for others. If this was anybody else, y'all would be pointing the finger with your titties on the windows as the cars drive by. We get exceptions for our fighters. Tank fans do it for them. Boots people do it for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, whatever makes y'all sleep better at night. But I'm telling you, if that was anybody else, you'd be like, oh, that motherfucker only got 19 fights. Boots got 752. What are we gonna do?
Boots. I think I believe that young Jerron knows just what he said. It's time. Not just for him and Vergil Ortiz, but for him and his career in general. This is the time. Now it's now. It's not, it's no other time but now. And the thing about it is you're at 154 pounds. It's a lot of people you can fight. It's a lot of people to choose from at this point. So finding folks like my friend said that we have trouble pronouncing their names is not acceptable anymore at this point. We want you to get in there with some folks that we know. And it's plenty of people that are available at this point. If it's not Vergil Ortiz. Okay? It's plenty of people.
I'm gonna put my little promoter hat on real quick.
Okay.
All right. If they could get the location down, say they listen to the show and decide, you know what, let's go with Atlanta. We got the location on lock. Really, anything after that shouldn't be a problem. A lot of the times people get hung up on the fight location because they got to find dates and all of that stuff. But if the Falcons ain't winning, they're not going to the Super Bowl. They're going to be going home in a few weeks. Basketball is this is going to be a late spring, late May, June, July fight. So nobody's playing sports. So we should lock Atlanta in. Okay. This gives... if it's going to be the next fight, this just goes back to everybody has to play their part.
Yes.
Senior, Boots Senior and Ortiz Senior got to play their parts. Okay, we got daddy versus daddy. We got son versus son.
And promoter versus promoter. That's gonna be the biggest thing to overcome, that promoter versus promoter foolishness.
Well, here's the thing. This is where I'm saying, this is why boxing is held up, because all of these promoters have the same size equipment and they are in a pissing match that they all have the same size dick, which is small, because otherwise they wouldn't do the stuff that they're doing. It's not about y'all. And once they just figure this out, that it's not about them, then the guys will be just fine. But aside from the location of the fight, there should really be nothing else to be hung up on. Split hell, if you don't want to do a 50-50 purse, which I get, then you know what? Maybe it's 45-45 and whoever wins gets the difference in the purse.
They ain't gonna make that kind of fight. They not. I hate this for Vergil, because to me it feels like people are assuming that his father don't want smoke. But if you listen to what the man said, he was like, to him, it's like, why keep going to somebody and getting turned down? Because in his mind, it was two different times that Boots turned the fight down with Vergil Ortiz. That's his story. That's what he's sticking to. So he's like, why would I try to fight him a third time? And he's already turned us down twice. And he don't have no fucking belt. That's the other thing y'all are missing. As fans, we missing that part. Neither one of them has any hardware right now.
Well, but if we're going to be honest, at this point, the hoops that they're going to have to go through to get hardware, which is Fundora, which is Xander, which we all know Top Rank is not going to feed Xander to a really big dog. They're not going to do that right now. You got Bakaram. Bakaram is getting ready to fight Josh Kelly. But again, even if someone goes and picks up that belt off Bakaram, the money is not going to be there for that fight.
Ain't nobody finna pick up that belt off Bakaram no time soon.
Well, they're gonna have a long night. So again, but this is what happens. But again, you know whose fault this is? The promoters, because they've let all these guys go sit down, and now you have all these belts spread out again. And some of these fights is going to be night and day trying to get them made, right? I'm not necessarily hung up on that Boots and Vergil might fight and there's not a belt on the line. There have been so many good fights where there weren't belts.
I agree
That
with that.
you know what I'm saying? If it's for the sake of the fight getting done and we see these guys fight before they turn 35, I don't care about the belt.
I don't care about
Get it
it.
on.
I don't care about it either. But I do. If they do fight and it's not for a belt, they definitely need to get their money.
Which is why if we're being honest, then they both need to go fight other people.
That makes most sense to me at this point. But
Boots cannot fight. Whoever said this in the comments, like I literally, that's why I had to cover because I scrimped. I'm so glad I had my mic on mute. Boots cannot fight another vodka name.
no.
It's not going to help. They need to go fight other big dogs.
Yeah. That's the only acceptable fight for either one of them. If it's not each other, it's got to be another big dog. Got to. Got to be. Taylor Smith, thank you so much. He says the way boxing is going nowadays, the loser of the fight will get a real title fight before the winner does, especially if Vergil is the one that loses. I see what you did there, and I know you're talking about Ryan Garcia, and I can't tell you that you're wrong about it. If nothing else, the Golden Boy can get his folks title fights back to back, even if they lose. So yeah, you get no pushback from me on that. Scarcities didn't say a word. He just dropped out $4.99, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much, Scarcities. Boxing Talk came back with $19.99. Y'all are blessing this chat, and I really, really thank you. Boxiana, stop, Queen. You know what time it is. I've never seen Boots that excited. If the fight don't happen, it's because Ortiz side. Boxiana, you know the game too much, Queen. You know what you know what your eyes tell you. That's why you moving the goalposts. Friend, you moving the goalposts.
I'm gonna accept that.
I ain't gonna accept it because I hate that as boxing fans, we do this. That's why they don't care about giving us stuff that we ask for. Y'all be so ready to shit and call somebody a duck and say they scared and all of these other things as if they are the only parties involved. It's not too many fighters that are independent and don't have a promoter or that's answering to somebody else. So again, they can't just say, hey, I want to fight him and I want to fight him next, and poof, it happens. The business of boxing is a real thing, and it gets in the way a lot of times of what, not just what the fans want, but what the boxers themselves actually want. We know that firsthand. Okay?
Terrence, please. Okay? Please. First of all, you can't sign a contract and you don't even have a TV date. You don't have a fight date because what if Vergil would have lost yesterday? Y'all just believe anything that comes out of certain people's mouths, and it really blows my mind.
Yeah.
How can they sign a contract? How, Sway?
I don't know. Most people feel like Vergil is going to be the one. It's going to be Vergil's fault and Vergil's side if this doesn't happen. That's what I'm reading, and that's what I'm gathering from the chat. CW says, Nick, stop giving these guys outs. This ain't the 90s or the 2000s. These guys are, in fact, some ducks. They businessmen, not warriors.
Okay, well, if it's going to be Vergil's side, then let's bring up that Boots said out of his own mouth that his manager, whom both of which were in the building last night, never seemed to answer their phone on time when the big contracts come through.
Well,
his two managers won't tell him, hey, you should probably take the sunglasses and the hoodie off and show your face to the people because you're going to be on camera.
Well, I'm just saying, y'all. Okay, so say for instance they do fight next. Let's say for instance we get Boots and we get Vergil March 2016. Then what? Then what?
Then they fight and then we move on to something else. We're running out of boxes if people don't realize. We're running out of boxes. So I don't know what we're gonna
Literally.
do since y'all want to see all these fights.
Immediately. So, newsflash: Virgil just asked for 10 million to fight Boots. I smell a fish. Did Virgil ask for that, or did Oscar ask for that?
His manager. Okay, again, if Boots control and say, oh, he missed his flight to Dallas and then pop up at the fight, why can't other people troll? Like, come on, y'all, make it make sense. And again, like, okay, if they fight in March, again, the location is going to be the biggest factor in how well this fight does. The location has got to be on point. And then from that point forward, everybody has to do their part. There's no being quiet. There's no, I don't want to do interviews. I don't want to talk. I'm going to show up in sunglasses. I'm going to let my daddy talk for me because that applies to both sides. I'm going to let Oscar talk for me. No, both guys have got to show up and do their fucking part. If it's in March, that's great. That's tax time. People will willingly spend their money, take their ass out of town and see a good fight. But again, the location is the most important. I don't care about y'all keep saying it's not a Vegas fight. It's not.
I have to agree with you on that because Vegas is ridiculously expensive at this point.
It's not a Vegas fight. This is, if someone doesn't want to give up location, they need to meet in the middle. If someone's willing to give up location and get a smaller bid out of the purse, it needs to be in Dallas.
These are facts.
That is not a fight that belongs in Philly. If Boots is willing to give up the location to get 55-60% of the purse, the fight needs to go to Dallas.
Boxing Talk, thank you so much for the 1999. He says, I love y'all, but I can't believe y'all making an excuse for a duck before it happens. Y'all really know Boots gonna do Texas damn bad. Y'all know Boots was hyped like Danny Dubois, LOL. He sees Ortiz as lunch meat, and y'all know it. He might see Ortiz as lunch meat. But baby, you can that don't mean that he gonna be lunch meat. That's not what that means. I'm sorry.
Sometimes lunch meat has salmonella in it. Okay.
I'm just saying, honey.
Sometimes lunch meat will do you bad.
A lot of people on here was telling us Friday that Lubin was gonna do him dirty. It was a lot of y'all said. I mean, am I wrong? Who in here picked Lubin to win Friday?
A bunch of their asses.
Yeah, a bunch of y'all picked Lubin to win on Friday, and I ain't saying Lubin is Boots by no stretch of the imagination. But please don't just think it's finna just be a what you talking about. He not finna go in there and just do Vergil dirty. He not. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. It's not. It's gonna be a fantastic fight for as long as it lasts, because it ain't going the distance. That I do know.
And the thing too, what do y'all get out of saying that Boots is just gonna take him up through there? That doesn't benefit anybody.
He didn't take Karen nowhere. Big old long 24 round fight. He didn't take him nowhere. And Karen wasn't hitting like Vergil hit. I'm just saying, don't do that.
There's no benefit in saying that Boots is going to take somebody up, down, and through their home state. You guys, if y'all had any good sense, you would urge for it to be a good fight. Y'all would get on our train and go and spam these boxers and tell them that they need to start talking shit and bring their BESSSSSS to the show, because the bigger the fight they make, that's good business for everybody. The young guys who's going to be on the undercard, Oscar will shut up and stay out the way and collect his check, and so will Eddie. If everybody just will play their part, we could get the fight.
We could get the fight. We could get the freaking fight. Boxing Talk, he came back because he ain't having nothing that we trying to say. He ain't having it. He said, just say y'all don't want the fight for Ortiz. But we do though. That's the thing. We do. If y'all thought he beats Boots, y'all would be for it. Just be honest. Y'all want a Texas round robin. Y'all don't want this fight. Box, Janae, and Nick, give us a prediction then. Shaking my head. Baby, he is through with us. Do you hear me? He is
A
so
Texas
through with us.
round robin is crazy.
He is not happy with us right now. Because, baby, we just want him. We don't believe in Vergil. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you. Boxing talk. 2 years ago, when they were at 147, there will probably be some validity to that statement. But at 154, and even moving up, if they go to 160, I think that gap is so much smaller. I think it's so much smaller. I think that gap is so much smaller. Like I said earlier, Vergil Ortiz is he's a young fighter. And so is Boots. He's still growing. He's still learning new things in that ring. And he's evolving. He's getting better each and every fight out. And he has fought, in my opinion, the stiffer, more the stiffer competition and different types of fighters, in my opinion. So at 147, I probably did feel that way a little bit more. But right now, I think that's a completely even 50-50 fight. If they fought right now, today, if they fought in March, to me, it would be a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. That's how I feel about it. Stanionis ain't better than Lubin or Madrimov or Boycha. Who we talking about? No, he's not. No, he's not. Not to me. He might be better than Lubin at this point, but Stanionis is not. No. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm.
Boxy, you want to give your prediction or you want me to give mine?
Go ahead, give your prediction, friend.
Oh, Lord. With all that has been said tonight, if they go ahead and make that fight for March of 2026, I really would prefer May. I'm telling y'all, that needs to be a Memorial Day weekend fight, something like that. But nonetheless, if we get that fight next, with all that I have said, Boots is who I would pick to win the fight. Now, let me also say this. Let me say this too. My heart would tell me to pick Vergil. I would more than likely pick Boots, but it would not shock me if Vergil pulled a will to win fight out of that. Like, if it would not shock me. Vergil has gotten exponentially better.
Yeah.
And Robert is damn good at what he does.
He
is damn good. It would not shock me if Vergil found a will to win that one. More than likely, I would pick Boots, but I might have a little side bet going where I pick Vergil.
Box, who you got in that, Vergil versus Boots, especially after being in the arena last night? Who you got?
I'm going with Vergil.
Oh. Just like that, huh?
Just like that, friend.
Well.
Just like that.
Well.
Vergil can crack, man. That would just be my only just like.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Vergil fight somebody a little taller, because it was interesting to see them face off. Boots looked visibly, not a lot, but you could tell he's taller than Vergil.
Boots had them big old thick old Balenciaga shoes on.
Okay.
Yes, and that's another reason I would probably edge Boots, because he's also just like not height wise, but like his frame. He's he walking around 205 when he ain't in camp. Like he's just a naturally bigger guy than Vergil. But goddamn, I probably have a side bet going. I'll be at the damn AT&T in the bathroom. Anybody want to put 100 down on this?
Let me just tell y'all this in these comments. If you didn't know, shame on you. It's always gonna be Texas over everybody. That's what it is over here, okay? Unless you done something extremely foul.
They ain't got no loyalty, friend. They wouldn't know that type of shit.
Yeah, it's gonna always be. We were sitting next to some Mexican guys yesterday. My friend almost had to rescue me. Some older Mexican gentlemen, and let me just tell y'all this: people love Boxiana. They don't realize how mean she is, but they love her because she be loud, and the way she is on this show, this is her all day, every day, no matter where she is. So when Darius Fulgen was putting people to sleep, she was in the stands telling them, throw in the towel, ref, just throw it in so we can go home and get to the next fight. But she was doing it real loud and belligerent like she does on this show. So the people around us were cackling and falling out. And so, us, we talking while the fights are going on. We put that stick on his head, put that jab on him. We throwing out the jargon that boxing fans throw out. So the people around us, I had people on my side asking me, so, y'all, you watch a lot of boxing? I'm like, yeah, we watch a lot of boxing. People on her side asking her, so, man, you really sound like you know what you're talking about. I mean, how do y'all know boxing like that? When did you guys start watching? So we getting all these questions, right? So the gentleman next to me, he's asking me all the questions, and I'm like, Lord have mercy. And I'm not rude, so I'm talking to the man. But once you talk to people, they think you really want to talk to them and not that you just being nice. And so he asking all these questions. So, of course, he wants to ask, who am I going for? Am I going for Vergil or am I going for Lubin? And, I know he's thinking that I'm going to say I'm pulling for Lubin because he black. That's what we do initially, right? But I'm like, I like Lubin a lot, but I'm going for Vergil. He was shocked shitless, right? He was completely shocked shitless. Really? I was like, yeah, I'm from Dallas. He was like, oh, wow, whatever. So dude behind us, because Boxiana was on them, throw in the towel, throw it in, cut it up. So we getting ready to leave, and the dude, what did he ask you, friend? Because he asked her opinion, but y'all, he asked it like, and if you're in this chat, young man, I don't know. Or is it you, King Maine? Or who was the gentleman that we met at the fight yesterday?
I can't
He
remember.
told Boxiana, I trust you. He asked us something. He was like, I trust you. I trust you. What do you think? I trust you. I fell out laughing, y'all, because she was really up in there talking hard like we talk to each other in here and like we talk on the couch.
Everybody be thinking that I'm different when I'm not. No, y'all, I'm the same everywhere I go. I don't change. Janae tell y'all she's the same way she is. My friend will tell you she's the same. Y'all, I am really just, that's just me. I can't help myself. Like I don't know. I can't help it. I'm just me. But they
Yes,
damn sure that. Hey, I could get them off of each other. Take a point away from their ass. Why they laying on each other? I was hot yesterday. I wanted that shit to be over so bad, y'all. So bad.
Fight for our lives. Hear me? The little miss was pulling on my eyelashes, talking about lay down, lay down. It was bad. But we gonna get out of here because we almost running 2 hours. Was there anything else that happened that we need to talk about? You guys, I don't want anybody to leave here thinking that either of these boxers is going to be the reason why they don't fight each other. I really believe this is a business thing. So y'all be easy with calling people ducks and that's just not how the fans should operate to me. Unless it's something completely blatant and you can't in this scenario, because there's been times where Boots has done something that leave Vergil completely out of the equation that was questionable. So just let's not do that. I try to stay away from that. I do. But friend, y'all want to close us out?
Yes, my final words are Let me see you wobble wobble. Let me see you shake it, shake it. Now I want you. um, let me stop playing around. Although I'm that verses is still stuck in my mind. But anywho's,
Baby, it was great. Do you hear me?
I was in here screaming at the TV. But nonetheless, Boxiana, you brought up a good point, and the scream that I scrumped while I was on mute. Do right by people so that you're not doing a stanky leg in the middle of your fight. Um, and that's really all I got, Do
Okay.
right by people. Enjoy boxing, be fans, lay off of the guys. And if there's anybody that you want to point your words of wisdom to, it needs to be Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya to get the fight made.
Boom. Let me read these super chats. I'm sorry. Boxing Talk. He came back, baby. He has blessed us today. Remember, it's Sunday, Boxiana. He on your helmet box. Remember, it's Sunday, Boxiana. We can't be lying on the Lord's Day. Boxiana, tell the truth and shame the devil. Now, on a serious note, I love y'all queens and keep up the great work. Everybody support the chat. 50-50 Neat don't lie. It's Sunday. Yes, 50-50. I think it's 50-50. Good grief. Now, he came back yet again and he says, when Boxiana be looking down and to the side, you know she know what time it is. It's Sunday. You're lying on the Lord's Day. And I forgive. I forgive y'all. Don't believe what I'm saying. Don't believe what you're saying. Forgive them, for they don't know what they do. They know not what they do. Oh, he on us tough today. Come on, Box and Talk. We can't like our guy. We can't go for our guy. Boots is talented as hell. I might give him 55-45. Okay, not a full 50-50. 55-45. I might do 60-40. No, 60-40 too much. 55-45. Yeah, that's as good as it's going to get. 55-45. But we really appreciate you being so supportive in our chat tonight. We do. Thank you so much. Free, you want to close us out?
Absolutely. Let me see. I'll be trying to leave y'all with something positive because I said every week before we get out of here, I was gonna leave y'all with something. And I this week it ain't nothing really on me. It's so much going on. Just love your neighbor, man. Like love the people next to you. If we don't work together, we ain't got nothing. They trying to turn us against each other, y'all. Don't let it happen. Let your cousins that ain't your cousins, that's been your neighbor for forever. Let them always be your cousins right now. You don't never know who needs you. So with that being said, stay prayed up. Check in with your people. Let that little petty ass beef that you've been holding on over $20 for the last 15 years go. Cause you might not wake up in the morning. That person that owe that $15 suit might not be woke up and you might be sad about it. So with that being said, let them petty beefs go. Start your life over because you get a new 24 hours every single day. Every single day you need to make a new 24 hours brand new. So we'll see y'all back on Friday and all that good stuff. My friend be looking at me like I be crazy. I be trying to give y'all something good, but let that petty beef go, man. That petty beef ain't worth it. We
No,
got too
for
much
real.
serious stuff going on for y'all to be beefing over petty shit. We
No,
ain't
no,
never gonna be locked in.
that's the truth, and it doesn't do you any good. If you holding on to the beef, you put holding on to that negative energy. That's affecting you. It's not even affecting the person you mad at. It affects you. So let that shit go. Let it breathe. Tevin Smith, he says, I'm digging Boxiana's Boosie fade.
Now you hold on, Tevis.
First of all, and it's not even a boosie fade. They keep doing you wrong, friend. You ain't got a
So
you
bad.
ain't got a ball fade
Do
all the
y'all
way
know
to the
what
top.
I got waves, fam? You see, wait a minute. And I ain't
It's
even had
giving
no
me a long.
I ain't even got my I ain't put no do-rag on to like really wave my stuff up. I really could put some of you men out of business. Y'all wanted to go that route with me, okay? Boosie got a fuck patch, bald all around. I got a head full of hair. I got hair everywhere. Like if I, you see, listen, that's hair.
Did we give Lubin a job?
That's perfect. Perfect. He can sit on a stool and just take the tickets and rip them. Or
Yeah,
actually, they
because
just scan them now.
I think his hands might be like Paula's.
Y'all, we gonna we gonna see y'all next Friday. Is it a fight next week? Is anybody fighting next week?
Well, there was a fight, but people can't keep their hands to themselves. So, there's that.
We didn't talk about that. Did y'all want to say anything about that? Because
No.
okay, well, I just figured I'd ask. Yeah, I'm
I
still
hope that
looking.
girl takes the draws off his ass.
Naked.
Strip butt naked.
Oh, Connor, Ben, and Eubank. So we do got to do the
Oh,
show.
good, great. That'll be good stuff. Listen, I don't know what's going on with the cantankerous one. He's been quiet since he made that disgusting comment on his Instagram story, addressing the death of somebody while he got allegations as big as these ones that are against him. He's not a very likable human being, as far as I'm concerned. So I try to stay away from talking about him because my views about him are way beyond what he does in the boxing ring. So I stay away from that. I just hope that whatever happened in that situation, that the whoever is in the wrong is held accountable for their actions. Let me say that because I don't know what was done and what was not done. But I do hear a lot. I do want to address this point though, because I see a lot of people who champion him, who love his dirty draws, making all the excuses in the world for the cantankerous one, and they're questioning why has he not been apprehended yet? Why has he not been taken into custody yet? Well, I just want to give my view on that. Probably because they've had incidents with him before and they did not pan out. So before they go and lock him up or put him in jail or do whatever, they probably are lining their ducks up in a row, crossing I's and dotting T's before they make any movement. That would be what my logical mind would tell me. They've had him once before and charges were dropped, and that's what we know of. A lot of stuff happens that it does not even see the light of day for fans. So I'm assuming that they're lining up their evidence before they release it to the public. We in such a microwave world that we think we are, supposed to get all the information the next business day as the public. That ain't African business, especially with
Lock them up.
domestic violence. Because if somebody really was DV, she don't want everybody and their mama to see that shit. So how dare you, as a regular, act like it's your priority, it's your right to see some evidence on video.
Well, sis could do what y'all did, send them pictures out and let us disperse them out ourselves as a union. So she could have done that if she wanted people to really see them. But I'm not gonna say she wanted people to see them.
Well, but let's just keep it real. Even if she had done that, you grown ass men and some of you loser ass hoes blame the girl when the man is the problem. So no, I would civilly sue him too, because you know what? She's gonna end up being the target for all the bullshit if she presses charges against him. Sue the draws off his monkey ass. I'm fed up. When I tell you, I have no space for men who put their hands on women, and women, keep your fucking hands off of men too. But that's not what we talking about today. We talking about a man who has a record, a track history of putting his hands on people, hitting pregnant people with cars and driving off drunk. Don't get me
Running.
started. crying because he got to follow rules and be on probation. Don't get me started. And on top of all of that, then people said they're sick of his lateness, his tardiness. He's rude and terrible to work with.
And that's
Lock him
nothing new.
up.
And that's nothing new. Because he was a horrible person to work with during the build-up of Frank and Tank. So it's not new. Now, I do also, and I'm going to read this super chat. He said, oh, no, I read that already. Tevis, he says, Janae, on the Lord's Day, I'm flabbergasted. Yeah, she snapped a little bit. She snapped a little bit. But I want to also get you ladies opinion about High Horse Jake Paul and his response to this whole thing, because I believe he needs fire on his ass too. Dracaris on his ass too, because how dare you get your ass up on the good Twitter and fix your thumbs to type in what you typed in when you knew all of this, when you initially went to get him as an opponent. If you don't get your ass somewhere and get a hair implant and sit down, please.
See,
Jake Paul need a hair implant, friend.
Them little strings, when that shit get wet and
My
he gets...
God, today.
but you know what it is, Nick? See, people want to look past shit until it affects them. See, because he was blind to all that shit before. Now, I will say he did bring it up at the press conference and called him a woman beater to his face.
Yeah, but you did that when you was perfectly fine fighting.
And that's where I'm saying, like, again, this goes back to him not having to be held accountable, because there's nobody in this business, which y'all know what we have heard, who should or wants to work with him. But because boxing has done what it's done to itself, it's imploded from within, okay? Somebody has to bear the cross of being the face and the name, even with all the bullshit attached to it, and he's the person. And so it's fine to look past it until it affects you.
Right, in your pockets.
Because y'all was cool with putting a woman beater on Netflix until it affected what you got going on.
Correct. Yeah, so all of them can go straight to hell with that. Oh, he's this and he's that. He was all of that before this. This is just an additional. It's not the first. It ain't the second. This is some additional stuff. So yeah.
Really they could go in gasoline draws. All of see
Drake Hardys.
They need get them out of here.
Now we ain't calling no dragons now, is we? Is that what we doing? We calling the dragons, friend.
Yes, Drake Carter is all the ass. Because there was some B and some S. Okay? And I didn't want to speak on it until we got some type of solution to resolution to what's going on, because we don't know. So I'm not going to sit up here and speculate. I'm not going to say what if, or it just don't seem right to me because this ain't happening and this ain't happening. Meanwhile, you don't work nowhere in law enforcement. You don't know what's what and who does what. You don't know nothing. You just on here sucking dick for Tank. Stop it. Stop it. Please stop it. When I say we don't know all the details and we working on limited information, motherfuckers get mad at me. But when it's convenient for them to say that shit, they are rolling right off the tongue. We're working with limited information. Oh, are we? Are we? Are we really? Okay. So yeah, let's not do that. Let's just wait. Okay? I know y'all want him to be not guilty, but this ain't that last baby mama. She ain't got no churn with him, okay? She ain't got to recant her statement because her palms were greased, allegedly. She don't have to do none of that, okay? I'm just saying. Let's hold up. Let's just hold up. But we get to making all the excuses in the world about a grown-ass 30-something, 31-year-old man with 3 children who know better. Let us just hush.
Emphasis on the know better. Emphasis on the know better.
Yeah, let's us hush on that. Tevis with the $10, he says, well, we've seen the video of taking draws, and it looked like they belong to her. So she would just be suing to get her underwear back. Tevis, please be serious today. Please. Thank you for the $10. Please be serious today. Now, I wasn't trying to get off into that, but some kind of way that, we went there. That I'm not talking about it no more until we get some resolution. Okay? But let's stop with the making excuses. What coulda, woulda, what might have happened. We don't know. We don't know. You don't know. I don't know. Well, I went and I looked up you folks is going to the county clerks because it's public knowledge.
But the thing is, they're looking it up, Nick, and can't even read. Like, you have the literacy skills of a fourth grader. Save it for David.
Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing, y'all? Because, like, for real, let's not. It's okay to wait and let the process. Let folks do their jobs correctly. And it ain't our business. That's the other thing. People really do believe that everything is their business. It's not your business. I know if I had this same issue, I would not want everybody and their mama viewing me getting jumped on by some munchkin. So it's not our business. And she may not want it to be public business, public knowledge. And she can request it. She doesn't want the video out. But the people who need to see it will see it. It's not for your public viewing. The hell is wrong with y'all? Damn. That pisses me off. Well, I just don't understand. Well, we got so-and-so. This just happened with the player, the player, and we got the audio. This comparing apples to oranges. Please sit down somewhere. God. Okay, we have one more super chat, and then we're getting out of here. Tevin Smith, he says, as 50 Cent would say, he did this shit. You. If I was a betting person, and I'm not, let the records reflect. And that's why it's very important for you. Whoever in here that don't know, some might be a little young, it is very important that you know that your actions follow you. Okay? Your actions follow you. You may be a changed man, but ain't nobody never gonna forget you yoking up that girl in front of God and everybody. And it don't help when you keep finding yourself in the same kind of situation over and over and over and over again. Mad at me because I'm leaning towards he did that shit when the record reflects he probably did. I'd be flabbergasted if he's a changed man. But getting on Twitter talking about it's a good day, kikiing about somebody losing their life to cancer, ain't telling me you know kind of changed. When last time you was at the mosque, Abdul Wahid? Because I know that ain't what they teaching you. We gonna talk about it?
Ain't no peace in it. Ain't no peace in it.
Okay then. All right then. Yeah. Okay then. Y'all have a great day. Have a wonderful week. That pissed me off, and I wasn't even trying to get my nostrils flared up this evening. We'll see y'all back on Friday to discuss Connor Ben and Chris Eubanks. I want to see if Chris Eubanks gonna be able to knock Connor Ben out since he had Vomac in his camp this time. I want to see if that's gonna help him.
And hopefully he ain't been dangling no meat over his mouth. He'll be all right.
Yeah. You sure is right, Boston Spawn. He said ain't nobody ever let Chris Brown live that Rihanna situation down, and that shit happened over 20 years ago. And did.
But Chris keeps them allegations. Chris keep an allegation though.
Yep.
You see what Erico said too? They attacked his hairdresser about the damn grease. This is what I'm saying. So why is this girl gonna? We ain't even gonna go down. Because listen,
we'll be here.
We ain't gonna go back down there. We ain't gonna go back. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, everybody said Whitney Houston was on crack. It was true. I don't know.
Hold on.
All right, then, y'all, we out of here.
Don't you bring up my mama's sister. Don't you bring up my mama's sister. You leave my mama's sister out of this. You hear me?
How did Whitney get in it?
Look, you listen. Oh, look, Nick, you listen here, heifer. You leave my mama's sister out of
You
that.
can't come back no more. You on punishment because now
Yes.
Whitney get in it.
Whitney.
What in the world?
Whitney.
How did Whitney get it straight from the grave? What? Not your name. You in timeout. Cause now what is my God today? What in the world? Now we gonna have to end this on a better note because you can't just be coming in here. I mean 8 Sundays, Bella, because now why would you? We can't end like that, the PhD. You know what we gonna end on? You know what we gonna end? Phenomenal Mexican, you can go straight to hell. That's what you can do. You can go straight to hell is what you can do. What we gonna end on is this. I don't know how y'all feel, and I don't care. But when I tell you I'm gonna go see that Michael Jackson movie 59 times, did y'all see the trailer, the small snippet that they let out for that Michael Jackson movie? Listen, y'all, I'm so excited I don't know what to do. Wicked is coming November 21st. I'm excited, okay, about the movie theater. We gonna end on y'all. We gonna collectively figure out what our outfit's gonna be. What Michael Jackson wardrobe are you gonna be wearing to the premiere? That's what we gonna talk about the next time we come in here. Cause Janae just, Lord have mercy. Bye y'all. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next Friday. Jeez Louise. Good night.